everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you from downtown Manila with another 15 minutes of fame. Guys, think about it. TV commercial would set you back about $30,000, and then people might go up to the loo or make a sandwich or a cup of coffee or whatever and miss the commercial completely, right? Or if you've got 10 radio spots in your city, that might set you back anything from $3 to $5 and they play it at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. No one's around to even listen to it. You can come on 15 Minutes of Fame, where we'll make you famous, put you across multiple social media channels with all your social media links, Facebook, your Facebook group, LinkedIn, Quora, Reddit, and of course, YouTube, with all your links. Basically, think of it, guys, as a business card, and you can use that to promote your services. So today we're doing exactly that with a wonderful guest here from Texas. He hasn't got the big 10-gallon hat, but he's as big as Texas in what he does. His name is Mr. Mark Newsom. Full name, Mark Newsom, a.k.a. Mr. Marketing, right? And his title is owner and CEO. Business, you can marketonlinenow.com. One-on-one consulting and one-on-one private coaching. Been in the industry for 25 years plus. Back in the old school days, guys, plus old school mixed with new school makes a perfect combination. Now, guys, if you want to know more, why don't you reach out and have a cup? What's a cup of coffee? What's a virtual cup of coffee cost you? Nothing. Click your mouse, reach out to this man and find out what he knows. He might be the difference between you making it and not making it. So reach out, have a cup of coffee, cost you nothing to find out if he can even help you. All right. So, mate, brief description. He's primarily a small business and marketing consultant and cash flow generation strategist who specializes in working with independently owned business owners or service providers, ideally 50 employees or less. Like me, he wants to give back, guys, and help small business. The big end of town, you know, they're like Titanic. They're hard to move. Whereas you guys are like a speedboat. You can actually move quickly with the strategies that Mark gives you, right? So there's less bloat and more corporate nonsense to constantly deal with. Key achievements or projects. He's personally helped one of his consulting clients, the Rothmans, go from almost underwater by 15,000 on the verge of quitting their privately held mortgage brokerage note business for good, to guide them in grossing an impressive 7 figures in just 7.5 months and join the prestigious $1 Million Club in annual gross earnings in their industry. So that's an awesome achievement, and I'm sure he's got many more like that he's going to tell us about. Personal motto or philosophy, to quote a line from the famous TV show when I was a carefree and clueless kid: can't do a little because I can't do enough, right? So that's interesting. In fact, he loves geeking out on financial wealth building information and absolutely loves to teach the basic fundamentals of growing a business and wealth through the use of the stock market to bare bones beginners as well as college students and young couples just starting out. So, guys, reach out to this gentleman. He knows a lot about marketing, and, you know, it's all about marketing. There's no point having the best product in the world, guys. You have the world's best mousetrap, but no one knows about it. Where are you? Why does Coca-Cola still advertise, guys? Why? They're number one in their field. But to keep them in the front of people, guys, that's what you've got to do too. You've got to always be constantly marketing. It's my great pleasure to welcome all the way from Texas, Mr. Mark Newsom. How are you, Mark?
I'm good, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, I got to tell you, Jeff gave me an encyclopedic marketing lesson about growing a restaurant business. Absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, well, it's what I call common sense marketing, Mark, and most people haven't got that, unfortunately. I sell it. I sell it by the can. So, guys, if you want a can of common sense, reach out. $19.95, a bit like the Pet Rock. It's a can of common sense. Tell us about your journey, Mark, and what inspired you to pursue your current career path.
Man, Jeff, here's a short condensed version, but I started out in a small niche in the real estate financing industry referred to as paper, where the owners of the property, because their buyers couldn't qualify for a loan, they would take back their equity in terms of a mortgage and, you know, get the payments. Well, a lot of them didn't want the payments after a while. They wanted to sell them. So a multi-billion-dollar industry was created, obviously, and people like me could go in, take a workshop, learn how this worked, and basically become a glorified referral agent. Some people call it bird dog, whatever you want to call it. And I started out doing that. And a good friend of mine named Bill, he said to me one day, he said, Mark, you may not realize it, man. He said, but some of these marketing strategies that you advocate, small businesses need this kind of stuff. And I hadn't thought of it. And as I started going to business and local businesses, Jeff, I realized this guy's spot on. This stuff is much needed, and it's still needed right now in today's market.
I tell people, Mark, it's 18 people to build a house. You've got your concreter, your painter, your plumber, your electrician, your roofer, your gardener, your landscaper. 18 people to build a house, and here you people are trying to build a business by yourself. It doesn't make any sense, guys. Reach out and get some help. If you're a good doctor or a good plumber or a good carpenter or a good baker, do what you do best and get Mark to drive those clients through the door for you, right? What's been the most challenging aspect of your work, Mark, and how have you overcome that?
Well, as much as I hate to admit it, Jeff, I was an egomaniac. I did exactly what you're advocating not to do. You cannot do it all. You cannot know it all. And I finally realized I had to get out of my own way or I wasn't going to make it. And so as a result, things changed because I wised up. But you're going to ask me something else and I don't want to give it away until you ask me. But yeah, that's the reason.
Fair enough. So it's about an important moment in your career that pretty much changed the direction in which you're heading.
Okay. Well, this is what I was saving that for. When I finally started reaching out, hiring, and listening to my coaches and mentors, people like yourself, wow, things changed. I started doing a whole lot better. So get yourself, invest in some mentors, ladies and gentlemen, and coaches and consultants who know more than you know, or they know something different than you know. Apply what they tell you and watch what happens, Steve, bottom line.
Think about it, guys. If Mark got you one extra client a week, that's 50 clients a year. Think about that, just one a week. If you got none this week and 2 next week, we're on track, guys. Right? So have a goal, guys. Reach out. You don't know what you don't know, and that cost me. That cost me $20,000 just for that one tip, guys, from my coach. It's the only thing I learned from him. Was that. I use it every day. In your opinion, Mark, what are the key qualities or skills that have helped contribute to your success along the way?
You know what? I should have saved that for this, but I got to be honest with you, Jeff, is investing in coaches and mentors, because here's the thing. Just like you're saying, you could spend the next 25 hours scouring the internet trying to find all this stuff, or you can hire an expert like Jeff and just cut to the chase. It's like, think of it this way. Would you rather make 100 phone calls, telemarketing, or call the 3 people who are really interested?
That's right.
You know what I mean? So coaching and consulting with the right people and networking, networking with the right people, cuts to the chase and puts you right where you want to go, and boom.
Networking is huge. I just had to tell you a quick backstory. I had a dentist last month reach out to me, or not dentist, sorry, a client. He said, I've heard about you, Jeff, and you're so wonderful. I want to hire 10 of your telemarketers. I want to ring every dentist in America. I told him, that's interesting. I can't help you. He said, well, I've got 3 other people who can help me. I said, well, think about it. The dentist is there in his uniform, got his gloves on, got a toothbrush. He's in someone's mouth, cleaning the teeth. Ring, 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 ring. Oh, hang on a minute. Let me put the toothbrush down. Let me take my gloves off. Let me take my coat off. Let me go and answer this bloody sales call. He's not going to be real happy. That's not how you reach a dentist, guys. You wouldn't go and see a chef at peak hour at lunchtime or at evening when he's flat out. You just don't do that. There's other ways you can reach them, guys. Reach out to Mark and he'll tell you what those ways are, and there's lots of them. All right, going back to our sheet, Mark, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field?
Well, it's like the late great Ray Kroc said: you either stay green and grow, or you get right and you rot. So people like this guy, and like I said, I ladies and gentlemen, it's not a shill. He didn't pay me to say this. I am telling you, this man dropped more science on me before we came on this thing. Just mind blowing. Get around the men and women who inspire you, who know more than you do, who know different things, help you see things from different vantage points, and you'll stay motivated.
Even trees lose their leaves, guys, but they grow again. And you're not a tree, so move. Right. Tell me, what's a recent project or achievement you're particularly proud of?
Oh, a couple of things. A gentleman in the same industry, this note industry, banging his head against the wall, Jeff, taking all the courses, the advanced courses, nothing. Just by sharing some, what you and I, what you call it common sense marketing, basic fundamental things like how to write a "what's in it for me" headline, direct response marketing. In case you guys don't know what that term means, it's kind of an old school term. It means accountable marketing. Ask them to do something in the ad. You don't just run a Goodyear blimp type ad. You know, this is who we are, this is what we do. No, you ask for a specific action, some of that basic stuff, and this guy started crushing it. And what that says to me, Jeff, is this stuff is evergreen and it may take different forms. Like, for instance, Jeff and I started offline, but they're teaching the same stuff online that we learned offline. Headlines didn't start with the internet. Upselling didn't start with the internet. This stuff was taken online by people who learned it offline, and they're just using the new medium, social media and internet. It's the same stuff. An email subject line is just like a headline. So learning the fundamentals took this guy's business to the stratosphere, and it'll do the same for yours.
There's a book out there, guys, called Think and Grow Rich. Read the new one that's coming out in October called Act and Grow Rich, written by Jeff Veale. So act and grow rich, guys. Don't think and grow rich. Act and grow. Right. All these courses and all this crap you guys do, take action. Don't just keep taking course after course. Some of you guys are like a social butterfly. You just want to go to these bloody business meetings. You want to take all these courses. It's nice, but you know, you're avoiding the real issue, which is making money, supporting yourself and your family. And that's the real issue, guys. Get to the real issue, right? If you want help, reach out to people like myself or Mark.
So true.
What advice would you give someone, Mark, aspiring to follow in your footsteps? What advice would you try and tell them about?
Here's the smartest thing I'm going to tell you. Get out of your own way. Stop trying to be an island and get around the men and women who can help you grow exponentially, because you're going to do it a lot faster, more intelligent. Like I said, and I'm not beating a dead horse here, Jeff dropped more science in about 15 minutes. I guarantee you, any restaurant in America, I don't care how good you think you're doing, some of the stuff this man shared with me, or most of it, will take your business to a whole nother level. And in fact, the stuff he's talking about has nothing to do with restaurants. It's just basic common sense, strategic marketing and promoting. Fabulous stuff. Fabulous stuff.
Guys, if you want to know how to promote your restaurant by 34%, reach out to Mark or myself, and we'll tell you. And it costs you nothing. It's just asking questions, and it's not, do you want fries with that? But it's very similar. It's just asking the right questions of your clients, right? Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future, Mark?
Well, I'm going to learn how to be much better on LinkedIn as a result of you. And if I could, Jeff, let me just share two quick things. Ladies and gentlemen, two things. Number one, stop treating your business or service like a one-night stand. What are you saying, Mark? You spend all this time and effort trying to get a customer, and then you drop it like it's hot and you go run after a new customer. Drill down. That customer can be testimonials, repeat sales, referrals. Get and glean as much as you can from the customer. And here's the other thing. Don't forget this. And I know, Jeff, I know you've hammered this, but it's got to be said. Unless your last name is Zuckerberg, you're not on these social media platforms. Do not rely 100% on social media, or your Titanic is headed for an iceberg. So what should we do, Mark? Get your own opt-in email list. Oh, email is dead. Whoever told you that is full of, and because it's a family show, I won't go any further. Build your own email list.
And the other thing, guys, I get a lot of you. I speak to lots of you, and you go, "Oh, I love Facebook. I don't want to go on that LinkedIn crap." And I get the LinkedIn people say, "Hey, I love LinkedIn. I don't want to go on Facebook." Well, guys, I got news for you. Almost in 60-40, pretty much 50-50. That's where I make half my money from the other platform, right? That and podcasting and YouTube, they're all simple. So I'm a 77-year-old, guys. If I can do it, you can do it. If you reach out to me or Mark, we'll show you how to do it. It's not that difficult, guys. Honestly, God, it's not. All you need is your mobile phone or Zoom, and away you go, right? Mark, you've been an awesome guest. Tell us, our listeners, how they can reach out and find out, people watching, how they can find out more about your awesome services. What's the best way?
Ladies and gentlemen, please reach out to me via my self-hosted WordPress blog at the word 𝐌𝐢_CanMarketOnlineNow.com. There is a ton of information and value there, I promise you.
Sounds awesome to me. Tell us, before we wrap it up, Mark, tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people do not know.
They may not know it looking at me, Jeff, but I am a financial geek. I love geeking out on financial information. I just find the charts and all that stuff fascinating, and how to put together these, for instance, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar with it, go look up the rule of 72 and then think about what they're paying you on your money in the banks. And that should inspire you.
Yeah, true. Very true. Thanks for being on the show today, Mark. It's been awesome, learning what you're doing about your adventures. And guys, once again, there's the invitation. Mark, are you willing to help people? They reach out and have a chat to you. Are you willing to give them 30 minutes of your time?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do my best to do like my coach here. I am going to over deliver for you. It's not about whether you and I do business or not. You will walk away. Your excuse will not be, I do not have any new, fresh ideas. That I can guarantee.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Thanks very much for being on the show, Mark. You've been awesome.
My pleasure. My pleasure, my friend.